Okay, so after the three-peat, we go into the 02-03 season. It's not a big postseason for the Lakers, but it is a big regular season for Kobe. And we're going to get into that now.
So, this guy. So, I wanted to look at MVP voting because I think that's an interesting place to start. Because before this point, Kobe was there it is. Kobe was usually behind Shaq in MVP voting. Like if I go back a year, right? Shaq over Kobe, pretty much the whole time to this point. This is the first year where it was acknowledged that that Kobe Bryant was really becoming a dominant force in the league. He played all 82 games, 30 points per game. This is the first year he does that, right? Where he puts up 30 in the games first season? Yes.
Yep. Yeah. He was at 28 and a half, so I mean it was close.
But first time he actually hits 30 points per game. And he starts out the season super hot. The Lakers don't win, but the first
this season is the 9 straight games with 40 points. That was this season.
Oh, let me find that.
And he also hit the 12 threes in this season too.
So let's see. Here we go. 46.
And what is that? That's like.
Did Lakers win during this stretch?
Yeah.
So they won a lot. Only fucking.
They won. They only
7-2.
Twice.
7-2. 44 points a game for Kobe.
Yeah.
On 31 shots.
Almost 50%. What's up? We talk about what?
I was hoping. I'll be honest. I was hoping for above 50% from 44 points a game.
He's a guard. Guards don't do that.
Look,
besides MJ.
James Harden numbers from the free throw line.
Yeah.
So
he attacked the basket.
Yeah, and he's shooting more. He's shooting more threes. This is like a very, he scored 44, but I feel like this is closer to a stat line we'd see today, especially with the free throws, the threes elevated. It's taking almost 6, which would be low.
But what we don't usually see is those 2.5 steals in that block a game. What's up?
All right, so plus minus of 11. All right. So,
but I think what wasn't there the game that he hit 12 threes?
Was that in that stretch?
I don't know. I know.
It's in the season.
Yeah,
in the season.
Yep. Oh yeah, 45.
And this was the year he put. Didn't he put a shit ton of points on Jordan this season too?
Yeah.
Wizards Jordan.
This was Kobe's bye speech. It was towards his the end. He's like bye master.
55, 9 threes.
He averaged 40 on him.
Yeah.
Between 27 and 55.
Hold on, I gotta go down. I saw it was at the bottom of the season. Right here. So 9, yeah. He's just taking a lot of threes.
Yeah.
He's probably taking the most threes.
If you look at his
look at that.
He's top 10 in all-time threes, I'm pretty sure.
No, I know that, but I'm just interested. It means more because people weren't doing it at all at this point.
Yeah.
It's still, and it's through the triangle that he's getting the looks. Because Shaq's down low, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's getting a lot of open. Okay, so field goal attempts. Antoine Walker's the most of 500. Damn, he's not even in the top 5. For makes either. I'm bugging out. But it just feels like he put up a bunch.
Well, look at the average. No, you can't do that. You can't do it by player. The average. Yeah, I guess you can.
He's not even in the top 20. I'm bugging out.
He's 21.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't look 38% from 3.
And
that's pretty good.
He's top 20 in makes. No, it is good. I'm just, in my head, I'm just surprised because when I'm looking at the games from this season, I'm saying he has a lot of games with a lot of threes made. So I would have thought, but Ray Allen said, fuck you, Russell, and your thoughts.
Well, this was Ray Allen's time. That was just like when he was just like the best shooter in the league.
Well, let's see 3-pointers attempted. Yeah. Still not even really where I would have expected.
Because I mean, he's more of a he's more of like a, I guess, all around player. Now it's just now it's just different because they don't do the mid range anymore. So you expect a lot of players' threes to go up. So
I mean, he's easily got the most shots of this group.
Yeah, but it's more between in the mid range.
Oh, it's him and T-Mac. The big three of this era, really. But let's go to the playoffs and let's see what happened and why they weren't able to do anything here.
Well, I'm pretty sure like everything started boiling over at this point. I'm surprised they lasted another season after this. Maybe it was just they figured they'd try to win.
People honored contracts at this point. Like it wasn't the player empowerment era where people were doing pre-agency and like
so they just had to wait it out.
Yeah, they just honored their contracts.
Yeah.
It's a really crazy concept. It's like you sign a deal for millions of dollars and then you just finish it.
Yeah.
It's over. You do whatever the fuck you want. No, but I'm pretty sure that was a big reason for why they were still together past seasons like this. Also, they were so dominant. They were the two. Yeah. They were, by the MVP voting, they were 3 out of the best 5 players in the league.
For multiple years.
Right? I'm just saying for this year. Even when there's turmoil, there's still, it's 27-11 and 37-6 every game from both guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Hard to justify giving one of them up. And especially because they're also, pretty sure they're winning games too. But Spurs take them out in 6 in the Western Conference Finals. Duncan 28-11 with 5 assists and almost a block and a half. Tony Parker, 20-year-old Tony Parker, second in scoring. Ginobili off the bench, 25 minutes, 12 points per game, shooting 60% from 3.
How many threes did he take?
Not that many. But
man, 32, 5
points or 5 rebounds, excuse me. Almost 4 assists.
See, Shaq. I don't understand why he stirs away from the passing sometimes, because it's like when he averages like the 7-8 assists, like they're so dangerous.
I was gonna get there when we talk about the second part of Kobe's career, the latter half.
Yeah,
because there's a few stretches where he becomes like a passer.
Yeah,
he's just like, I'm gonna make everyone around me better, and they're awesome, and they win every game. They win a lot. And it's like, to your point, I would agree with you, and it's for me, it's so frustrating. As someone who didn't grow up loving Kobe, I look at it and I'm just like, I have proof you could have been better.
Yeah,
but you kind of chose not to be.
Yeah,
which is fucked. And so I don't. That's the one thing. Like here, 32 points. Like Shaq couldn't have gotten to 30. He couldn't have gotten 28, and they couldn't have won the series. But here's the other thing.
Well, they have historically been known to do better when Kobe is the one running the Spurs, against the Spurs.
That's what we've seen in the three-peat era. In the three-peat
and the Spurs was their toughest opponent. But like next to, I guess, the Kings.
But there's no Robinson.
That was just that one year,
right?
For the Kings.
There's
nope,
Robinson, but
they got the Manu Ginobili Duncan trio at this point.
But there's 21 minutes of David Robinson, 37 years old. But Shaq's killing him at this point.
Yeah. Well,
Shaq's almost shooting 60%. I just don't. I mean, there wasn't a lot of help, but still, I'm surprised. You know what I mean?
I mean,
let's look at some of the games.
But we know what San Antonio is, so it's not like if they would have lost to Detroit this year, I feel like this would have looked weird.
Games are pretty close, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. San Antonio is like definitely like their toughest opponent throughout like their 3P era.
So in the closeout, Tim Duncan, 37 and 16 in the closeout.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Tony had almost 30. So they just rode that pick and roll.
Yeah.
Kobe with a shocking. So what happened? Because he brought his assists up. He had 7 turnovers in the game.
Yeah.
Well, let's find that game. We could definitely find that game. Because I just want to see what happened. Because Shaq had 30. And Duncan just smashed them everywhere. So I just want to. Because in my head, I'm like, Robinson's not Robinson anymore. Shaq's shooting 60% on the series. So, and that by the numbers, it looks like Kobe lost in this game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, look, he's getting whatever he wants in there. That's what I was thinking in my head. That's why I wanted to pull up the film. Because I was like, it made sense to go through Kobe when they didn't have solid guard play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Tony Parker or Ginobili is like elite on defense. But
yeah, but they make you work on offense.
Precisely.
When they're on offense.
They have more guys to make you work. So, and Shaq, once you see that Shaq's able to do basically what he wants in the paint, recognize that. And I think that's a little selfish on Kobe's part. What do you think?
Well, I gotta see it. I'd want to see the game, but I'm not sure exactly what happened. Because you could look at the stats and feel that way, but if you could also watch the game and not feel that way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But he also had 7 turnovers. Well, that's why
it looked like he had 6 assists. It's not like he was. I don't know how and then getting 7 turnovers shows that you were trying to facilitate and you were just messing up. So I don't know if that that's why I'm saying I don't know if his mentality was he was trying to be the man rather than if they just game planned against them and
I'm going back to my numbers, but I want to see if specifically in the fourth quarter if it got better or worse. 1 of 7 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
For Kobe.
How many turnovers? Oh, so that
Only
means he was chucking in the fourth.
Yeah.
But how much were they down in the fourth? Because remember you said that it wasn't close.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that close.
So he could have just been.
Look at all the guys that.
How many threes did he take? He took 3 threes. So maybe he was trying to shoot them back into the game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at some point, but I feel like if that happened today.
Oh yeah, they got smoked.
Crucifixion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they probably got crucified then. They probably got.
I wouldn't, but I'm not gonna look at that fourth quarter and think he choked in the fourth quarter. They was getting smoked in this game already.
Yeah, no, I said that. That's why I didn't want to watch just the fourth quarter of the game. I just wanted to get some of the film up. But
but it was like a slow
They had to be the
death.
favorites going into the season, though.
Oh, they just blew them out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You think the Lakers were the favorites? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think
they were the 5 seed, so they were not.
The Spurs were the number 1.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm wrong. But I just think I don't know.
But also, you got to look at it as these guys were the number 1, number 2 seed.
Yeah, Kobe and Shaq only 50 wins together.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They were the number 1 or 2 seed for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah,
and then now you're gonna now you're the 5th seed, and it was because Kobe and Shaq didn't mesh. Like, you could put up great numbers and then just not mesh well, like, especially with and I think it's more of the chemistry than anything, because they were putting up those numbers before and working, and I think
it
it
was
was
how the numbers were getting put up, though. To your point,
and I think, like, to look at it from both perspectives, because I could definitely see why Shaq would get annoyed by it, but like Kobe's looking at it as, I'm putting in all this work and you're not, and we're running the team through you, and you're not, like, physically ready throughout the whole season.
Well, that's where
and
it stemmed from, right? That's where it stemmed from. Shaq would put himself into shape.
Yeah, and then so Kobe disagreed with that method pretty much, and Shaq really is kind of doing what LeBron's doing right now.
Interesting point. I was about to say that.
So he was looking at it from a veteran's perspective, and Kobe's in his 6th, 7th year in the league. To him he's like,
not only, but it's not Shaq's 6th, 7th year in the league. By Shaq's 6th or 7th year in the league, he was already out of Orlando. Kobe's like early 20s still.
Yeah, in age, and especially in age, he's so much younger than Shaq was.
Yeah,
because he's at least 2 or 3 years younger than Shaq was when he was in his 7th year. So like, he definitely wants to, like, it's that Jordan thing. He wanted to be better than Jordan. So to him, he's like, one, I'm not gonna be able to be like win if he's not 100% all the time. Like, in terms of Shaq, that's how he's thinking of it. But it's also like, you gotta work with what you got and figure it out. But it was just like they both had to give, and none of them did. If that makes sense, because like, if you would have worked a little harder, and you would have just been a little bit more of a teammate, I think it would have meshed a little better.
As a Laker fan, because we're gonna get into this, and as a Kobe being your favorite player, do you wish that Shaq could have accepted a more number 2 option role like he did in Miami at this point?
Yes, I think that the whole thing is going with Kobe wasn't wrong. I don't think. I think because if they would have kept on with Shaq was you see Shaq break down within the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
and Kobe gave you from that point all the way to 2012.
Yeah,
like, you can't, like, it was not a dumb decision for the Lakers to go with Kobe. It was the smartest decision for their future. But Shaq was also, I think, because I can't imagine LeBron right now just openly. Well, I guess he did. He kind of did, but he's year 17. But like, I'm just thinking of like the best player in the world openly saying, "All right, I'll be number 2." Like,
well, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's very, but like, you know what's a good example though? And it happened on this very team.
Yup, Magic and Kareem. That's why it's like, and I think it's because of,
and it
could be because of the internet too now. If you think about it, the internet could have fucked with this. I think like, I don't know how much the internet, but like the media and shit, like, I feel like they fucked with this whole shit because like it made them care about legacy more. Like, I don't think players cared about their legacy until Jordan. Like, Jordan was the first one that started talking about, I wanted to be like a
maybe
Magic Bird.
I think Magic cared.
I don't know though, because how much did he really talk about like wanting to be like who?
It was
like
all
Jerry
about
West, or
that was the '91 finals in a nutshell.
Yeah,
it was like
what
Magic feeling this need to. He still feels like he's the best player in the world.
Yeah, but that's towards the like the late.
I'm just saying. I think when you
Well,
force
and that's
yourself to
different.
get
That's
to-
different. You're competing. If you're
when you force
competing
yourself
against
to get
someone,
to 9 finals in very short amount of time, like
yeah. But when you're competing with
gotta
someone,
matter.
it's different than when you're with a teammate. I think with teammates, like Magic knew about his legacy, but I don't think, like, I think he didn't put it
because I think you know what? I
over
think
the
this is
team. Like
I think
it
this
was
is
more
a
of a
really fair comparison because Kobe at this point in his career and Magic at about 85 or right after that,
yeah.
very similar points of the career, right? Magic had to be asked to take more of a scoring load, right? Because out of respect. Kobe said, "Fuck respect."
Yeah, Kobe took it.
Fucking Kobe said.
That's why I always fucked with him.
Yeah. Fucking.
But this is what, and these are the things that make me think about the Kobe Magic thing all the time. Like it literally switches in my head all the time as I watch Kobe film and then as I watch Magic shit. So it's just like, but it's like with Kobe with 13 years in the league, like the same amount of years Magic had, Kobe still won 5 championships just like Magic did.
Yeah.
Like,
and made close to the same amount of finals.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know how much we could but Kobe had a lot of his spans of his career where he was young and didn't do well, and then he got old and got injured and didn't do well. So not most of his career. He only has really like 14 years of all-time great like status, I feel like.
As opposed to Kobe, who has a little bit more than that, like 17. As opposed to Kobe, who has 17.
No, I'm saying Kobe. When you think about Kobe's,
okay. I was very confused.
no. When you think about Kobe's beginning of his career and end of his career, if you chop that off, because like he was obviously dog shit, like for that time, you know, like compared to what like the superstar status that he became, like he's only really had 14 years of greatness, where Magic had 13 years of greatness. You know,
yeah, so it's close.
It's close.
It's closer than you think,
and that's why people like who grew up in the 80s probably say Magic is the best Laker, and people who grew up in 2000 saying Kobe, because it's just generational shit.
All right, let's get to the next year.
Okay, so after the 03 season, we get into the 03-04 season, which will be the last season of the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. They have a good regular season, and then they have a good postseason, but they don't win, which is sad.
Which is sad? You're sad about this, Clipper fan?
I know, it's just sad for them.
Oh, okay. Well, they decided to blow it the fuck out for the last Kobe Shaq year. Somebody, I don't know where they got the idea that it might be the last year, but somebody had a feeling in that organization that the end was coming. Because they decided to beef up the team with 2 more Hall of Fame caliber players.
Yeah. Boy.
2-time MVP Karl Malone. And this is really, for these 2 guys, Gary Payton as well, some of the first noticeable where they were called out for it in the media. Ring chasing.
Yeah.
This was the very first time you saw that happening, where they were like, where someone had felt like a super team was built and that they were just bringing too much talent in the starting lineup, right?
So did Kobe and Shaq recruit them?
Probably to an extent. Well, Karl Malone, I know for a fact, after 2 MVPs and spending his entire career with the Jazz, decided that he was going to go for this one last time at age 40 to get a ring. And I'm almost positive this 42 here is by a wide margin the lowest amount of games he's ever played in a season. Like he was a 82 game. That's what Karl Malone did. Every game, every season.
He had longevity for sure.
There you go.
He's super.
So this is the lockout season.
Yeah.
82 games every year. This 42 is a anomaly. Also, the only year he didn't put up 20 points a game other than his rookie year. Fun facts here on Apex Greatness.
That's crazy.
But when Shaq came into the season once again out of shape, right?
Yep.
67 games played.
But you see, like, the thing about Shaq, like, you see how I mentioned, like, compared it to LeBron a little while ago? Like, this is a complete opposite of what LeBron does, though. Like, LeBron always stood in shape, but he just paced himself throughout the season. This guy's just literally not coming in shape.
Yeah.
And then
using the game to get himself in shape.
Exactly. And that's just proven to be, like, bad. Like, you see Zion's doing the same shit. And this isn't a year he's been doing it. Yeah. And we see the issues with Zion.
But Gary Payton's the other hired gun that the Lakers brought in.
My young bull, my old bull.
He had played for the Bucks and the Supersonics last year. Or he played for the Supersonics, right? Then he got traded to Milwaukee. And then on his free agent deal, he signed with LA. There we go. That's how.
Gotcha.
This isn't actually that bad of a season. It's obviously down from his prime.
Yeah.
But 14 points per game, still getting you a steal, still getting you about 5 assists. You know what I mean? 4 rebounds. He's not fucking you, or he's not giving you too much under what you expected, as opposed to Karl Malone, where he didn't play at all. You know what I mean? Gary Payton's the most consistent guy here in terms of games played. Kobe had some other shit going. Kobe had some other shit going on with him. If you wanna, I don't think he got injured. You want to tell a story of what happened to Kobe Bryant?
So Kobe, he was chilling in a hotel and stuff. In
Colorado.
In Colorado. He met this young woman. He brought her inside his room, maybe, possibly. And, things happen. And then she, tried to sue him for rape, man. And the case was closed. Kobe was innocent. But this really hurt him this year, took him out of the game.
Yeah, it looks like, hold on. I'm trying to find. Oh, they're only showing the games that he played instead of all the games. I wanted to see all the games, but
they usually give us all the games, and then it was probably just
they didn't want to write "did not play," rape someone.
Oh man, we're about to get canceled.
By who?
We're never even gonna have a chance. We're just gonna be screwed.
All right. But Kobe, once he finally got his groove and was playing consistently towards the end of the year, 28 points per game, much closer to what we were seeing from last year. 6 rebounds, 5 assists.
What was the Tracy McGrady game they talk about that he went crazy? Was it that Orlando one? Was Tracy McGrady in Orlando at this point?
Pretty sure. We can get that up. Is this like?
Because that's the Mamba game that when he became the Black Mamba.
Yeah, we can pull this up.
So I think Kobe has a horrible half, and I think Tracy McGrady was cooking him, and at the time, they're like the top guards of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So I think pretty sure Kobe tells a story about how that's when the Black Mamba was created, and he just went in.
Tracy McGrady is the most underrated guy from the mid-range.
Yeah, he was so nice.
He's the most lethal mid-range guy that never gets talked about, ever.
Yeah.
He made the mid-range his fucking game.
Yeah.
And
he
then
was
miss.
Then he was a little like Kevin. He was honestly a little like Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant, but just not as. I don't know if he's as skilled. But he is
No, he is.
I don't know. It's just different.
He just got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, that because I'm like what holds him back? And I'm like, it's probably injury.
This is the thing about Kevin Durant's Achilles injury that scares me. is the Tracy McGrady story. It's a different injury, but Achilles is worse. Either way. So T-Mac's killing him.
But this is more of a shooting.
Killing him.
Yeah, I mean.
This is mostly T-Mac to start this, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get to the second half. So we're about to hit the fourth quarter. Orlando is up by a lot, almost 20. And so now, Kobe, what did he do to create the Black Mamba?
Not sure.
You suck.
I didn't know.
I'm not sure.
I didn't know to that point.
Asked me to pull up the game. Doesn't know the story. What an asshole.
I didn't ask you. You said I'll pull up the game to make while I'm talking about this. But I was only going to say that. So that's why I was like, I don't know. I thought you knew more because you sounded like.
No, I didn't know shit about it.
You were talking about it like you knew it. And I was just like, wow, this is great. I'm happy I brought up a topic Russell knew a lot about.
No, because I think this is cool. If it's true, that's cool. I'm just looking for him to do the Mamba face.
That's not a thing he just always does. I think he started that in 2009, I swear.
I'm Kobe. I'm Kobe. That's me. Fucking. He always does that. It's weird.
I don't know why he did that.
Why is he wearing a shirt, too? Just hate on him for no reason. No, but the game is.
You're going back to your Kobe hater days.
Yeah, he really brought them back. I really wanted to see the fourth quarter.
You know what we didn't show? We got to. Oh man! In this season, he also
If you tell me another thing that you don't know the story about, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
No, and I think it was. I don't know if it was 2003 or this season. He hit the game winner against Toronto.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, I know. I actually know.
Yeah, but is it relevant? Why does it matter? That, this story was good. It created the Black Mamba. You know nothing about this story. What was the fucking... I'm so pissed. I thought it was such a good story.
But that was...
Because it's real. He scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. This is great.
Oh, man.
This is crazy. He destroyed them. So he scored 24. The Magic in the fourth quarter put up 10, 14.
14. Freaking goat shit. Who you know that do that? What goats you know that do that? Huh? Not really though. I really want to know what goats you know that do that.
Oh,
24 in the fourth quarter.
Michael Jordan goats.
Tell me when Michael Jordan did 24 in the fourth quarter. I want to know.
Just because. Tell me the story of the game one more time, asshole. Fuck you. Fucking.
But that was good
though.
So that postseason, what happened there?
Thank you. So I was about to get to it. So they made the finals, right? Pretty much 6 games against Minnesota. Damn.
What did he do against the Spurs? I'm just curious to kind of keep track of the Kobe.
No.
Kobe.
This is good. This is a good call. I would agree with you. 26, 6 and 6. Brought his assists back up.
All right.
Shaq 22 and 15, 63% shooting. Where's Karl Malone? Karl Malone mustered 10 points, 8 rebounds. Okay. Wow, Shaq 4.3 blocks a game.
Wait, can you go back real quick?
Yeah. Shut down. He shut down Tim Duncan to an extent. In comparison to the other games we've seen from Duncan in these series, this is a shutdown.
37 that last series. So
yeah, this is a shutdown.
Yeah, for sure.
And shooting for under 50%. Yeah. Tony Parker under 40%. Wow. Yeah. So Kobe was putting in work. Kobe. Gary Payton actually. Never mind.
The club
was doing work.
Yeah. So Kobe, the last season, he was averaging 28, 5 and 4, or I mean 5 and 3 or something like that.
In what?
In the San Antonio series.
Oh, from the year before.
Yeah, I think we were talking about how when he averaged more.
He averaged
assists.
32. He averaged 32. It was even more than that.
Oh, 32. Yeah. So here he lessened the points, brought up the assists, and it showed.
Yes, he did.
That is. So at least he
Let's go to the
tries
closeout.
to
Dominant on defense in the closeout. 76
That's
points.
Crazy.
Tim Duncan shot 38%.
Wow.
So they really did put in serious work. 17 points, 19 rebounds for Shaq, 26, 7 and 7 for Kobe.
Wow, 19 rebounds for Shaq.
Yep.
That's crazy.
5 blocks. They were on a mission.
Yeah.
And they really this was like the most together.
How much did they win by?
A good amount. 76-88.
Oh, okay, so
they didn't put up a billion points, but this was that era.
Yeah, that was the very slow pace
for any era.
Yeah.
Yeah, pace is only at 84, but when we go to the finals, actually, I wanted to see what
the Minnesota.
Yeah, because I have
to see what KG
they should have dominated them. So Kobe only 41% shooting.
Yeah.
Shaq still getting 15 rebounds a game, just being humongous. KG, this was KG's. No, this wasn't KG's MVP year. This is a year. Oh no, this is it.
This is I'm pretty sure it is.
No, you're right. You're right. So 24, pretty much his average for the season, really.
Yeah.
That's enough. But that was the story. That was the very next year, I'm pretty sure, or not that very next year, but this is one of the many reasons that KG was like, I just don't have enough help.
Yeah. But I mean, that was a tough Laker team. Like,
yeah, well, they're loaded for the time. They're absolutely fucking loaded.
Yeah.
But when we get to, they're huge favorites over the Pistons.
Yeah.
Humongous.
Yeah, clear favorites.
Because they seem more together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always thought that they got swept this series. But the way that the Pistons dominated, it was almost as if it was a gentleman's sweep.
We're gonna show the closeout. It was 5 games or 6 games?
It was 5.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So Kobe, in a interview he did where he speaks with Shaq right like a year before he passed, said that there were several times where Kobe had an opportunity to put the Lakers into their automatic plays from half court, which sounded a lot like, to me, just getting the ball into Shaq in the post. Because it seemed like the size advantage. One thing that we've seen throughout these playoffs is that Shaq has been taking care of anybody who's been smaller than him in the playoffs. Like, and not to the extent that Ben Wallace is. Tim Duncan is taller than Ben Wallace and bigger than Ben Wallace, but he shut Tim Duncan down. Kevin Garnett, taller than Ben Wallace, probably the same weight. Ben Wallace probably a little heavier, but shut him down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's surprising that Shaq wasn't able to really get anything moving. You know what I mean? Again, like where he's not the lead scorer here. Like, how do they not recognize that? Because one thing that this team has is a bunch of wing guys to guard Kobe.
I mean, I don't know if Shaq's the same guy, because I don't think he's a 28 per game guy at this point, is he? Because he just had like 20 versus the Spurs, so I don't know if he was that same Shaq from 2001, 2000. Like I feel like he's starting to diminish.
21 and 11, still shooting almost 60% from the field. He's still playing 37 minutes a game in the regular season. And when we get to the playoffs, let's see how many minutes per game he averages in the playoffs.
No, I mean, like, he's not as effective.
Productive and effective.
Yeah, productive. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
What?
Maybe. I don't. Hold on. Let me see. So Shaq, 21 points per game. He's taking way less shots. He's only taking less than 15 shots a game. He's only taking 14, right?
But how much was he taking before?
Well, that's what I'm gonna show you. Because I'm pretty sure he's taking closer to 20 before that point. But I'll go strictly to playoffs for comparison. Because I feel like at this point, Kobe's like, you don't get that opportunity to be the alpha anymore.
I'm just surprised that Phil let that happen.
That was a big reason why Phil stopped coaching. Because he was done after this year, right, Phil?
Yeah, and he wrote that bad book about Kobe too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And look, it's definitive. Like, championship seasons, 20 shots a game. They went out early here, and they were upset here. Only 14 shots. If he gets to the 20 shots a game, maybe he gets 2 more shots, and we're right back up where we need to be.
But you know what I think they did? I think they looked at it and they said, "Well, you got the 20 shots a game, and we lost. We lost in the what was that, semifinals or conference finals
in the last year? You saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So I think they look at it and they say, "We ran it through you, and we lost at this point. Let's try this way."
But we know that they didn't do that. That's why they ran it through Kobe, like they always do. And they didn't, like we've been talking about this for a few seasons now. Kobe took almost 60 more shots than Shaq did on the series.
Yeah, but was Shaq? So Shaq
was still putting up almost 60% and 25 and 15. Like, he was doing his part.
I feel like Kobe was chucking always, though.
Not according to. I think in the fourth quarter, Kobe was always the closer. To your point.
Yeah.
And that's why it seems that way. But I think they rode Shaq a lot.
Okay.
A lot. That's what I think. But here. So this is Shaq. This is the finals. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. This is the finals.
Yeah.
Shaq, 26, still shot 63% on Ben Wallace. 63%. Kobe, 22, less than 5 assists, shot 38% from the field. And only 17. He took 23 threes on the series, but 17% on those. And no one else could muster. There's no one even close to 10 points. Crazy.
What happened with Gary Payton? He just like fell off a cliff. Did he get injured?
Billups fucked him up. Chauncey Billups gave him the fat dick. That is one part of the story.
Yeah.
And no, it is the story. He played all 5 games.
Yeah.
That's the story. Chauncey Billups said, "You're old now."
Work. Yeah, he made him work. Yeah.
You're old now. I'm doing 50, 40, 90 on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll help.
Crazy. Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
That's why he was the finals MVP.
So this was a huge blemish on Kobe's career.
Yes.
This is the last 2 years pretty much, I feel like.
So that's why I really wanted to bring up the point about the turnovers in the closeout game there. Because I felt like it was foreshadowing something we're going to see here, which is what he was talking about just being selfish and not distributing the ball like he should have. So in the closeout game, Kobe, 21 shots. Shaq took 13 shots. Was very efficient on the 13 shots.
Yeah.
was hack-a-shacked, so that strategy worked, right?
Yeah.
But all five guys.
Yeah, he tried to play hero ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ben Wallace, 18 points, 22 rebounds.
It's crazy.
They just out-teamed you guys.
Yeah.
It was the difference between star power and a team not together and not as much star power at all, but chemistry 100%.
Yeah.
Crazy series.
Yeah.
And that was it. The next season, Shaq would be traded. And because Kobe was looking at Chicago, right? For free agent locations, because he was a free agent this season.
Yeah.
Right?
Wasn't he looking at the Clippers too?
So that's the other thing. So
yeah. Lindsay, we could have been on the same squad.
So let's see. So you go. Clippers thought they had verbal agreement. Because there's always rumors about this in 04 free agency. But he told Shaq in an interview, in the same interview where they're talking about the automatics and stuff. Yeah. He told Shaq he was looking up houses in Chicago. He was going to be a Bull.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. Why would he if he would have went and tried, that would have just been so much MJ comparisons. Even more.
I think he sought that out. You don't think he sought that out? It's pretty obvious that he wanted.
No, he wanted to be better, but I feel like that's more so.
I'll go to Chicago and get more fucking rings than you. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's weird.
Thinking like that. This is Black Mamba's house. Fuck MJ.
He would have been so pissed because I don't think he would have done well in that.
Well, let's see. Situation. Well, hold on. What was that? What was the team that year? I'm curious.
I just know the organization isn't the best. It's not like
They were a 23-win team the year before.
Yeah.
They had Tyson Chandler. They had Jamal Crawford. They had Eddie Curry, but I don't think he was ever good. They had Kirk Heinrich, rookie year. He was good in the league.
Yeah.
Scotty must have retired with them.
Yeah, he did. I think he came for one more year.
Jalen Rose. But, yeah. Hold on. I'm looking at... But I think he would have been fine if he went here. I think he would have brought them to the playoffs maybe, but Shaq got traded to Miami, right?
Yeah.
And Kobe said, well, they're not going to lose both of us in the same year. And stayed with LA.
Well, he was like, all right, this is my team now, so I could assert my dominance.
Yeah. So that's probably what he looked at. He said no matter what, he wasn't going to go with Shaq one more year.